Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Modi with OddsJam, and what we're going to do in this video, I have my WNBA best bet. I found a 5-unit McSlam on the Seattle Storm versus Chicago Sky game. Unfortunately, this is the only game going on tonight, so there's only one game to choose from, but I do have a bet here that I think is a really good one. Of course, before I get into it, I do want to talk about the OddsJam Discord. This is something that was recently launched within the past week or so, maybe about a week ago. There's been a couple different iterations of it, but as of right now, as it stands, it's a really cool community for sports bettors. Assuming you're watching this, that you are a sports bettor, where we have a free section where we have free picks. So anything you get on YouTube, you get on social medias, like if you follow me on Twitter or anything like that, those are all free picks. We have trophies where we post our biggest wins. These have to have come somewhere in the Discord, so we can't brag about a win that wasn't posted somewhere for people to tail. We also do have premium stuff, so we have paid picks, prize picks, and expert picks. We have them differentiated. Prize picks is exactly what it sounds like. It's anything prize picks related, DFS. OddsJam expert picks is everything else. So all my WNBA bets not in the YouTube video, not on YouTube. MLB, once that gets started back up tomorrow. Tennis, as of right now. CFL, as of right now. All that stuff is going to be in the OddsJam picks. So we do have a paid, as I mentioned, paid stuff. Any discussion that you want to have comes from the paid picks section as well. You need to pay in order to have a discussion. And most importantly, we are tracking everything. So in the morning, I go through and update everything in terms of our won lost. And it's in this spreadsheet. So the link for the Discord, the link to the spreadsheet are both in the description of the video. You just need to look at the first 4 lines. Those are the most important. And if you want to check out our profit and loss, you can do that exactly here. We have everything tracked by total risk, by net profit, by ROI, by units, which is probably the most important. We do that for expert and for prize picks. And we also have everything obviously tracked on just the regular home screen. So we have total profit. We have what our unit size is, so you kind of know what everybody's betting. And then we have all this information. So obviously, one of the most important things about selling picks is the tracking if you're profitable or not, and if you are profitable, how much. So as of right now, we're up about 12 units. It was actually a little bit higher. I think it got up to 18, but I had a rough early WNBA slate where I lost 2 monster plays right here. So that was 13 units of lost from 2 WNBA plays. I had a little bit of a better a streak as the day went on. The early game is what I struggled with. So once I update this sheet, I post it in general with all of our information and stuff like that. So regardless, I definitely recommend joining the Discord. Like I said, the link to join is in the description of the video. The link to this profit and loss sheet is in the description of the video. And I think it's worth checking out. And if you end up not enjoying it, it's completely free to join and you could just leave. So yeah, that's the Discord. So the game we have today, it's actually a really, really awesome game between the Seattle Storm and the Chicago Sky. There are 2 of the best teams in the WNBA. I believe the Chicago Sky are the defending champs. And if you just look at like win-loss, I'm pretty sure the Sky have the best record in the Storm are tied for the 3rd best record. So tied with the 3rd most wins. They have one less loss, so they have a better win percentage. Regardless, 2 of the best teams in the WNBA. Really, really awesome slate. Looking at the odds here, looks like the Seattle Storm are about 2.5 point underdogs. The Chicago Sky are about 2.5 point favorites. Depending on where you look, some of the sharper books like BetOnline has the Storm +2, and the OddsJam line, which everybody knows is the sharpest line in the world, has the Storm +2 as well. And then looks like BetRivers does have odds for it, but they price it at +2. But what I'm looking at here is the Storm +2.5. -105 on BetMGM. So this isn't quite an 8-unit McSlam like I normally post with these with these WNBA videos, because you're not getting as much value as I normally do with these, but I still think this is a really good play for a lot of reasons. Number one, from a math perspective. So again, BetMGM has this at -105. The OddsJam line prices this at -114, and they price the other side at +100. So the gap here between +100 and -114, that is only 14 cents in market width, which is a really, really tight market. And if you put these 2 numbers in a no-vig calculator, what I did here, +100, -114, that puts the true line of this bet at about -106, -107, if you want to round up. And again, getting it at -105 on BetMGM that is positive expected value. That is a number that is lower than what the true odds for this play are at. So from a math perspective, everything checks out. It's within market width. There are a couple other books that price it a point higher, or half point lower, I should say. So we're taking the underdog at a half point higher than what some sharper books have. Most importantly, the OddsJam line, which everybody knows is the sharpest line in the world. So from a math perspective, everything checks out. Another reason why I did a lot of research into handicapping this one, because there are two really good teams. So it's hard to place emphasis, or it's not hard, but you really need to dig into it to see what exactly we're looking at here. So number one, the game is played in Seattle. That's important. Seattle is the home team here. And if we're just looking at, so what I have on the screen here is just WNBA.com. And I'm just looking through all of their stats. To me, the best stat that I found that tells you how good a team is just blanket net rating. So this is an advanced stat. It's just blanket net rating. It's your offensive net rating minus your defensive net rating. So the best offenses have high numbers. The best defenses have low numbers. And what we see here, the Storm have the third best net rating and the Sky have the second. So we're really close in terms of net rating, with the Sky a little bit higher. If we look at the date range from, let's say, from June 1st on. Let's say we want to look at from June 1st on. Sky number one, Storm number two. So again, the Storm just below the Sky as the better team. We want to look at from July 1st on, so just the past couple weeks, the Storm are number one, but both teams are 5-1. So no matter how you slice it, two really good teams that are playing well. The real kicker for me, and what made me decide, aside from the positive EV play, what made me like this play a lot is looking at the home versus road situation. So Seattle is known to have a really good home court advantage. I'm actually going to go ahead and lock this one in on BetMGM before the odds change. Just want to make sure that I do get this in. Place bet 125, so 5-unit mix slam, not a typical WNBA 8-unit mix slam, but I do recommend putting the full 5 units on this play. So back to the stats. So if we just look at Seattle at home, right? I mentioned that they have one of the best net ratings in the, best home court advantages in the WNBA, where Seattle is known to have a really good home court advantage. So if I change it to home and I run it, so Connecticut Sun, but Seattle Storm have the second highest home rating in the WNBA, just below the Chicago Sky, of course. But they're 11-4 at home in 15 games played. They're a really, really good home team. If you switch this to away and you run it, they're not quite as good of an away team. So to me, I mean, the Sky are a good away team, but to me, the Seattle Storm in their home games are one of the best teams in WNBA. They're second. And then away, not so much. So Seattle being the home team here, I think that is what I put a lot of value in. And along with the positive expected value play of it, I do think that's why the Storm are worth betting in this one. I'm waiting for, I do like their money line as well. I'm just waiting to get a better price for it. As of right now, there's no value on their money line, but the spread plus 2.5 minus 105 on BetMGM, I absolutely think is worth taking. And that's going to be it. So I locked it in. Now I just need to add this to my bet tracker. You just click this button, plus 125. Tracking your bets is incredibly important. OddsJam has a great bet tracker. That's why we track all of our paid picks. Got to understand if you're profitable or not and where you are and what you could do to change. And that's going to be it. So again, Seattle Storm plus 2.5. They're at home. Let's ride with them. And that's going to be it. So appreciate you guys watching and have a good one.